that was it about company directors. I also said in the meantime that I will touch on the VAT registration and reporting information, because I think it's very important to consider that even before you start trading, and I will tell you why in a minute. As a general rule, you would have to register for VAT in Ireland if you supply goods or services into the country and you exceed a certain annual turnover threshold. However, you can do so voluntarily, even if you don't reach these thresholds. So let's have a look at the numbers. So first of all, you have to look at the value of your total sales, revenues from your business in a specified period of time. For distance sales, like e-commerce store, your turnover in the calendar year will be taken into account. But for the remaining types of businesses, the threshold is established on the basis of sales in any continuous 12-month period. So we are not looking at calendar years here. We are looking at 12 months back. So let's say we are in June 2020 now. So you would need to look at your turnover going back to June 19 for the last 12 months to see if it exceeded the threshold. So what are the thresholds? For services, it's 37,500 for 12 months. For goods, it's 75,000. And again, it would be 75,000 for supplying both goods and services, where 90% or more are related to goods. There is one more important threshold, 41,000 for making purchases from other EU member countries. This one is quite often missed because usually business owners will look at their sales in the country and they think that's sufficient. However, nowadays, it's not uncommon. It's very often business owners and entrepreneurs import some materials, supplies from other European countries. And if they exceed the threshold of 41,000 for these purchases, they have to register for VAT. As I said at the beginning, you need to look at the 12-month period, but you should not wait until you actually exceed the threshold. Even the fact that you are approaching the threshold or you are expecting to exceed it in the near future, this is enough to create the obligation to register for VAT. So don't wait until you exceed, do it 1 month earlier, for instance. Can you choose to register for VAT? As I already said, yes, you can. Even if you don't reach the specified annual threshold, you can choose to register for that. And there are many benefits of electing to register for VAT. One of the biggest is reclaiming VAT on your purchases. Practically, it means that the Revenue Office will give you back the VAT portion of expenses which relate to your business, like rent, utilities, fuel for your vehicle, office supplies, equipment, and so on. This is very important for every business in the early stages of the existence, when you are just starting out. Getting this money back may have a big impact on the cash flow. If you have started a new business, but you have no sales yet, you may choose to register for VAT and get back the VAT that you paid on startup expenses. That's very useful actually, but you have to remember that once you register for VAT, one side, the benefit is reclaiming VAT on your purchases, but you have to charge VAT on your sales. That's a common misconception. It's not only one side, it works both ways. You charge VAT on your sales and you reclaim your inputs, VAT on your purchases. The registration process is relatively quick. It happens online. Your accountant or tax agent can do it for you. Just to know that sometimes this process may take a while because the revenue may wish to check if the business activity is actually established in Ireland. This is a standard procedure to prevent VAT frauds, for instance. The important fact is that you cannot backdate the VAT registration. It can only be effective from the date you agreed between you and the Revenue Office once the application process is completed successfully. After the process is completed, you will get a confirmation letter from the revenue specifying the effective date for your VAT registration. And from that date, you need to charge VAT on your sales, depending on what types of sales they are, appropriate VAT rate, and then you will be able to reclaim VAT on your purchases. Filing obligations, yes, you do have them. So once you register for VAT, you will need to file periodic VAT returns. The filing period in Ireland is every 2 months, and the return must be submitted by the 23rd day of the month following the tax period, if filed online. So for instance, we are in, let's say we are in March, and January-February period has finished. So we have to file the VAT return for January-February by the 23rd of March. This is how it works. While filing your return, you calculate if you need to pay VAT or if you are due a VAT refund. If the payment is due, it must be made by the same deadline, 23rd day of the following month. And if it is a refund, usually revenue process it pretty quickly. You can get it within a couple of days if it is quite a standard amount. Again, if the filing deadline is missed, revenue may impose penalties or late payment interest. So it is really wise to use the assistance of your accountant to file your VAT returns efficiently and timely. And it is not as simple as it looks. It is not only take your VAT on sales, deduct your VAT on purchases. It is not only that, there is also a lot of other factors to consider on your sales and purchases, and it's really wise to use an accountant.